Welcome to Passcode. I created this routine 2 years ago when I was trying to find alternative, gimmickless methods to the tricks I was performing on my show. At that time, I was performing I Unlock Your Mind by Mike Phillips, which I highly recommend. And if you are serious about the Passcode trick, you need to study his work deeply. And I find out that I can do the same illusion, the same trick, without the use of any app. And then the idea started growing, and my friend Juan Pablo helped me to find the formula we use on the trick to make it work at distance too. So now I think we have found something really interesting, because you are allowed to do this trick not only in person but also over a video call. And the thing is, if you need to perform this after this COVID situation goes away, but you need to perform with social distance, a good thing about the routine is that you don't need to touch spectator phones, and the spectator doesn't need to touch yours. So I think it's a good thing on these times. So I hope you like the routine, and I will see you later. So, Jamie, you have your phone with you,
I do.
and it has a passcode, right?
Let me check. Sometimes I have it set on my fingerprint, but face recognition. Let's see. Uh, yes, it's
Yes,
got a PIN
perfect.
code.
And is 4 digit, 6 digit passcode? Which one you use?
I use four numbers.
4 numbers? Okay. So there is no way that I can know those numbers, right?
No way.
Okay. We are going to use them, and we are going to use another numbers that also are important to you. Just
Okay.
enter to your calculator.
So you unlock it and go
Yes,
to
don't let me
the.
see the numbers. Don't let me see the numbers. I will look away, but enter to the calculator.
Okay, calculator. Give me a moment.
And I want you to start by thinking of an important year in your life.
Okay, I got my calculator. An
Right.
important what?
An important year in your life. An important year.
Okay.
And type the 4 digit numbers of that year in your calculator. Don't let me see them.
Okay. Got it.
Okay? And now hit plus,
Mm-hmm.
and type also the 4 digit numbers on your passcode, just to make it random.
All right.
And then hit equals.
Got it.
Now you have a complete new number, which is total random,
Yes.
right? We couldn't know we are going to reach that number. By the way, why did you choose that year? Why did you choose that important year in your life?
Well, it's pretty important to me. I mean, it's just the
Okay,
first number that popped into my mind.
okay, you cannot talk much about that. Don't worry. Think about the amount of time that has been since that year until today, the amount of years, just to make it easier.
Okay.
Okay? And also add that number to that result.
So whatever total I have, I add that the number of years.
Add that number, yes, add the number, so we have one more
Okay.
random
Okay.
number.
I had equal.
Yes, hit equals.
Okay. Got it.
You know what? Before we start, I put a passcode on my phone, and it's a 4 digit passcode. Tell me a random number. Tell me some random number. Any random.
Um, 2236.
22, 36. And of course, it's not going to open my phone, right?
Right.
But now you have also a 4 digit number in your calculator, right?
Yes.
Tell me those 4 digit numbers.
It's 6
Six,
2. Yes.
2,
7 4.
7, 4.
6
And,
2 7 4 is your
sure.
PIN number.
And it's my passcode. The passcode I changed before we start.
That's kind of weird.
I know. But this is where the things start to get even weird. Um, think of your passcode. Don't say it, but think of your passcode. And I want you to put the phone towards the screen, so we
Mm-hmm.
can see the passcode screen.
Oh, you want me to lock the phone?
Yes, lock it first and put the passcode screen.
Okay, hold on.
And I will try to tell you some numbers, and I want you to type those numbers in.
Okay.
Type 4 2
4, 2,
5
5,
and hit one more time the 4, please.
4. That's my PIN code
And it
or
opens.
my lock number. Well, I guess I just gave it away. It's my PIN code too. Now I got to go change my credit cards.
I think you should. Yes.
That's pretty amazing.
Well, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, but this is my phone. How did you know that?
You will find out when I release passcode.
That's just wow. Wow.
Well, to set passcode, the first thing we need to do is to go to the Apple Store and download Over app. Over is an app that will allow you to edit some photos. It's this one right here. I already have it installed on my phone, but you can download for free. It's just right there. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to enter Google and we're going to take a screenshot and we're going to save only a white part of the screen. We need a white image. We hit done and we save it to photos. Now we lock the phone, and to unlock my phone I need to put my thumb on the touch ID. You may need to put your face, but the thing is we need to make the phone don't recognize us a few times. So I will hit the bottom with other finger, and you can use another image or just point it to other side if you have your face ID, and then this message is going to appear. The passcode is required to enable Touch ID or Face ID. Now, what we are going to do is to take a screenshot like this, and now we can enter the phone, and we will find those images right here, the passcode one and the white image. Then we open the Over application, and we're going to hit this plus sign. We're going to hit image, and we're going to choose the passcode screen. We put OK here, and now we hit on image right here, and we are going to choose this white screen, and we're going to move this right where these dots are, right on top of those dots, and then we're going to touch this, which is the layer screen, and we are going to move this layer second from the top. Okay, then we came back, and now what we do is we touch the image of the big photo, and then we go to the option mask right here. We need to hit mask and this option from all the one from the left. Now with 2 fingers, what this option will do is if we put our fingers, it will erase a part of this photo and it will show us what is on the back. I will just undo what I did, but if we hit with 2 fingers we can go like this, and now we are going to use it just to paint the inside of the circle white, just like this. And with 2 fingers we can go back. Okay, so I will do it one more time. You just with 2 fingers you make the image zoom in, and then you just paint the inside of the first dot. Okay, now it's done. You go back to this image, and now you hit this logo and put save. It will save the photo in your gallery album. Then you come back and do the same with the second dot. We painted the first one, now we're going to do the same with the second. You touch the photo, you hit on edit option, and then you just do the same. Go to mask, zoom in, and then you just paint the second circle. Okay, and now we save this photo, and we're going to do it one last time. Hit on the photo, we touch on edit, and now we're going to do the same with the third circle. Okay, so what we are doing is we are replicating the stage of the passcode screen, different stages. Now we save this last photo. Now we can close the app, and now we're going to take a screenshot of our home screen. Okay, now we go to photos, we hit select, and we choose all 5 images, and then we create a new album. We hit add to album, new album. I will put an A as a title of the album, and we save it. So then we can go to albums, and now we're going to touch the first photo, and we're going to put the slideshow option, and on the options here we're going to select the theme is going to be dissolve, music none, not repeat, and the speed is we are going to slow it down to the next to the turtle. We hit done, and now if we pause the slideshow, what is going to happen is every time we slide the screen, it will act as if we were touching the numbers for real, right? And then it will melt to the home screen. Let me do it one more time. It's going to slide from one photo to the next one, and then we're going to get this image. This is the first basic version of this trick. By the way, you will notice that there is the A here because on the first image always the name of the album will appear. So to solve that, we're going to go back to the albums. We hit on see all and then edit. And now we can touch right next to the A and delete it and then hit space. If you try to put a space when you put the name of the album the first time, it won't allow to do it. But then if you put any name and then you erase it and hit space, it will allow you to save it without any name. So this is the basic version. Now to make it work, you just hit on the first photo, go to the slideshow, you can hit pause on the slideshow and you have it right there. And from here you can change, you can touch the numbers and you will change from one photo to the next one until you reach the last one. It looks really convincing. Now we are going to see the advanced settings. So instead of going from one photo to the other, you will see here an animation video of the phone unlocking itself. For the second version, you will need to plug the phone to the computer, and then you will open QuickTime Player. On QuickTime, you will go to the File option, right here, File, and you will choose New Movie Recording. And now you will hit the arrow that is right next to the recording button, and you will choose the iPhone. It's already chosen on my computer, but you will do that. And now you're going to lock your phone, and you're going to hit record. Then you're going to enter your passcode, and now you're going to leave it for a few seconds, and then you will hit stop. If you are using a MacBook, you can make this video go to the phone using the airdrop. If you are using a PC, you need to send the file to your phone in another way, but with the MacBook, you just can share it with the airdrop. So now I have it here on my phone. And as you can see, the video will show how the screen unlocks. Now what we need to do is to edit that video. So we're going to enter to the photos. We're going to choose the video. We're going to hit on edit. And we are going, first of all, we're going to mute it, touching this symbol. Now we'll remove the audio from the video because the MacBook or the QuickTime will record also your voice. And now you're going to cut it just where it changed from here. Just at this point, you're going to cut it, and then you hit down. Save video. And now what we need to do is to add that video. We're going to select it, and we will add it to the folder, to the album, where the others images are. Okay, so we go to albums, and we have this album. We need to change this video from here to the 5th position. Now, if we hit on the first photo and we choose the slideshow option, this time we are not going to pause it, because if we pause it, when we go from one photo to the next one, and then we reach the video, it will stop right there. But if it's not on pause, if it's on play, because the timer is slow, you will have a lot of time before this image changes to the next one. You will see when this dot appears, you have all that time. So you can listen to the numbers and then start sliding, and you don't need to rush. And when you reach the last dot here, you will have this beautiful image of the phone unlocking. And so you can choose any option to have the video, and then slide when you touch the numbers and have the animation, or if you need to improvise, you can have this other setup, and it will work the same. I've been doing it for years and works perfect. And so I need to touch the slideshow, hit pause, and then you slide. You can slide with your thumb like this, which seems so natural, or you just can touch and slide with the finger. And people will buy this anyway. It worked for me, and no one ever told me that it doesn't animate as it should. So it's as good as the other option, but obviously I discovered this new option and I like more. So one more time, you go to the slideshow, you have it on play, they name the numbers, and you go like this, and it. To get their passcode, we're going to use a simple formula. We're going to ask them to enter to the calculator and think of the year they were born. In my case, I were born on 1984, and then ask them to hit plus, and now they should type their passcode. I will put 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they hit equals. They will get this random number, but now we're going to ask them how old are they, but they don't need to tell us. They need to add that number too. So I'm 36, and then I will hit equals. So this number they get is the number that is supposed to open my phone. But now I know if I remove 2020 from that number, I will have the passcode. This works because if you type the year you were born plus your age, you will have as result the year you are now. If I did this last year, I should add 1984 plus 35, and I will have 2019. If I do it next year, I will add 4 plus 37, and I will have 2021. So the year you are in is the number that you need to subtract from the result, and that way you will know their passcode. But there are other ways to get this kind of numbers. You don't need them to think of the year they were born. You can make them think of an important year in their lives. Let's say they put 2003, and then they add the passcode, right? Then they hit equals, and now you ask them why they choose that year. Let's say they say that's the year they get married. So now you can ask them, okay, add also the amount of years you've been married, or the amount of years your anniversary is going to be this year. So they will need to add 17 in this case, and then hit equals. And of course, if we remove from that number 2020, we will get the passcode. So basically, you need to make them to think of a year and add the amount of years to reach the year you are now. If you do this with the birthday, two things can happen. If they haven't had their birthday this year yet, for example, if my birthday is on December, I will keep adding to 1984. I will add 35, right? And I will have a number that is not correct. So you need to ask them to add the amount of years they will be turning this year. Hope this makes sense. So they need to add the age that they will have this year. And that's pretty much the formula. So the formula is really simple. You need to think of an year and the amount of years that has been since that year that you thought, and the year we are in now. So if you think of your birthday, in my case is 1984, and I add my age, which is 36, I will reach to 2020. Okay, so every time you will have 2020. This year at least. Next year you will have 2021 because I need to change my age, right?
Right.
So it's the amount of time since the year you were thinking of and the year we are in now. Let me give you an example. When you were born?
1966.
1966, and you are
I'm 54 years old.
54 years old. I add
That's
that
2020.
is 2020, right?
Yeah.
That what can happen is that you didn't have your birthday yet. Maybe you have your birthday on the 31 of December, right?
Right, and
So
we're recording in this
that
in
that
November.
that will give you 2019. I will explain you what to do in that case scenario. Okay, but the thing is, you ask them to put an important year in their lives. I will use my birthday,
Okay.
1984, and then you say that they must add their passcode. I will put 1234, right? 1234, just to make it simple, and then hit equals. And then, because they are going to add the difference between the year and the year that we are now, in my case is 36, I will add 36, and when I hit equals, I have this number. This number I will use to unlock my phone. I will explain how I do that later, but this number I will use to unlock my phone. But now, if I remove to this number 2020, I will have
PIN
the
number.
passcode.
The
Okay?
passcode, yes.
But let me tell you what happened if there is 1 year less. If I add 35 years because my birthday hasn't been yet.
Right.
Okay, so the number I will have is this is like 9084 plus the passcode, which is 1234 in this case to make it simple, plus 35 instead of 36.
Right.
And when I subtract, in this case, I should subtract 2019. But if I subtract 2020, you will see the first three numbers are going to be fine, but the last one is going to be wrong because it's 1234 my passcode. So if you are not sure and the last number is the only one that is going to be wrong, and you need to add only one to that number. So if I tell you your passcode is 1233 and you tell me no, the last number is wrong, I say let me think. Oh, it was closer to the 3. It's a 4, and you will have the right passcode. It makes sense.
I have a suggestion for you. If you have that situation with 1233, and you can say something like, "Do you not have any repeating numbers in your PIN code?" And if they say, "Yes, I do," say, "Good. I wasn't sure you did."
Yes,
So you can answer
that is
either way.
a really subtle way.
Yes.
A really subtle. But the other thing that I will ask you, if you had your birthday this year or not, and if you don't have that, I will say, okay, just add the age you are going to turn this year. But because they can think of any year,
Right.
maybe it's easier. Because if you tell me, I was thinking of the year I get married, so I will tell you, okay, just add the anniversary you turn in this year, like 20 years of marriage, and you will know that number. It's going to be easy, right? Or if it's your wife close, better you know that number. It's better that.
Do you find a lot of people ask or think of their birthday year?
Yes, many people, but
Most people do.
I try to make them avoid to use that number. I will ask them to think of an important year in their life, not their birthday, an important year that no one could know. But if you are doing this with a young person, like a 20-year old spectator, if they think of an important year in their life, it's going to be a year that has been like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and it's really easy for them to understand that when they add 3 years, they will reach to 2020. So in that scenario, it's good if you ask them to think of the year they were born. So if it's a young person, the spectator is young, ask the year they are born plus their age.
Mm-hmm.
So it will cover a little bit more the number. And there is another idea that I have for this, which is if you make them add any year, right? I will do the same 9084 plus my passcode 1234 plus my age 36, and then I hit equals. I have this number, and the spectator haven't shown it to me yet. At this
Mm-hmm.
point, I can tell us show us the result, and now because I've seen this number, I can take a screenshot or just remember it, okay? But then I can tell them, you know what? Let's do this even more random. Add any number that you want to that result. And by doing this, you take them out from the formula,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because when they want to reconstruct the thing, they are not going to be able to do it because they just added a new number. And now the number they have here will open anyway my phone, but this number will not get me to their passcode. But because I know the previous
Right.
one, I can subtract 2020 from the number I've seen before, and I will get their code too. So
So I like this. I like this extra layer.
maybe can be better if you're working for magicians, especially. It's an extra layer, but I want the less numbers they put for
Mm-hmm.
me the best because it's more direct. But you can do anyway.
Okay. So how did you come up with this idea?
Oh, this is an old formula that was in the early books from Martin Garner, the mathematical magic
Mm-hmm.
tricks, and I remember that I have seen this formula when I was a little kid because those books came with a newspaper. You buy the newspaper here in Argentina, and you have also some books with puzzles and tricks and stuff like that. And I read that formula there, and I haven't been using for many years, and then my friend Juan Pablo was playing with this last year, and he told me, okay, maybe we can use instead of using four numbers because the original formula was um, the year you were born, an important year in your life, and then your age and the amount of time that happens between that important year and now. So you will have twice the year you are in. Instead of
Mm-hmm.
2020, you will have a 40-40 this year. It makes sense.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it makes sense.
that's your prediction.
Right.
And instead of doing those numbers that they make no sense, Juan thought maybe you can use the passcode and the year they were born and the age, and then you will subtract and you will have the age. And his idea was to have it then predicted with the cards. But because I was playing with this passcode idea using another method to guess their passcode, I thought this is perfect because now it makes sense. They have a result that is going to open my phone, and then I will be able to open theirs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the full circle. So and the other thing that is really good is because the spectator type the numbers on their phones, they are not going to type a wrong passcode because they are not afraid of typing that in their phone. Maybe if you gave them your phone and asked them to type their passcode on your phone, they will think, okay, maybe the phone can record it or something like that. But
Right.
because this is so innocent and they are not giving their phone, is a good way to have them type something and give you the information without them even being aware of that.
Yeah, it's all on their phone.
It's all on their phone. And
Yeah.
and the other good thing is because the social distance now, you don't need to touch their phone and they don't need to touch yours. So they can guess your passcode, you can guess theirs, and no one touch the other person's phone. And also, you can do it over Zoom as I did just to you.
Sure.
So I think it has some useful things that are good now.
Oh, this is a brilliant concept. I like the merging of the old presentation and then modernizing it with the pin number.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, it's perfect. It's brilliant. I like it.
I start asking the spectator to go to the calculator and to type an year that was important to them, the four-digit numbers of an year. Let's say they put 2003. Okay? Then I ask them to hit plus and to add their passcode. Let's say the passcode is 1234. Then they must hit equals. And now we got a random number. Now I will make a pause and I will ask them, okay, by the way, why did you choose that year? And they will tell me maybe, oh, it's the year my son was born. And then I will tell them, okay, that was random. I couldn't know that you're going to choose that year, right? Add also your son's age. So now they will add 17, which is the number I need to complete the formula. And then they hit equals. And now I ask them to remember this number, 3254. Okay? And they will close the calculator or they can leave it open, that doesn't matter. But before they do the math, on my phone, I will have this setup. I will go to photos, I will enter the album, right? I will hit on the first photo, and I will have the slideshow ready, okay? But then I will lock my phone. This is how I start. Then I ask them to enter the calculator, do the math, and now I ask them to name any four-digit number, any random four-digit number, doesn't matter. They will say 1, 4, 5, 8, and I show them that it's not going to open my phone, right? Then I relax, I turn the phone towards me, and with my thumb or with your face, depending on the touch or face ID you have, I unlock the phone and I enter this screen, and I will hit play on the slideshow. And now I ask them the numbers, and they will tell me. In this case, was 3, 2, 5. I don't remember the last number. 5, 4, and it will enter. Okay, 3, 2, 5, 4. So you type the four digit that they name, and they enter to your phone. They just figure out your passcode. Now, what I do is I close this. I remember the number they have. I will type it on my phone, and I will hit minus, and I will type 2020 equals, and I will have their passcode here. So I can leave the phone on the table and start talking with them, and whatever I want, I will ask them to bring their phone lock to the screen to enter the passcode screen, and then I will make them hit the numbers. It won't open because it's not my passcode, but I will make them hit the right numbers, and it will enter. In my case, I put today free, and it will enter. So if that's my passcode, and I will put the year I was born plus free equals, and then I will add my age, and now they will tell me this number. They will enter to my phone. I will hit. I will enter them to the calculator without them being aware of this. I will type again the number. I will hit minus 2020, and I have their passcode. Okay. This is a really math that you can do mentally if you want, but it's going to change every year, and this way it's really easy to do it. What happens if they use a 6-digit passcode? For me, it's the same, because I will ask them to type the year, and then those 6 digits. Let's say they put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then hit equals, and then they should add their age, right? In this case, and then hit equals one last time. And now, because they have a 6-digit number here, I will ask them if they think the first 4 digit will open my phone or the last 4 digit will do it. And doesn't matter what they say. If they say the first 4 digit, I will tell them, okay, name the last 4 digits, because I need to figure out which are the true digits that they are not going to tell me. So using this as an excuse, they will tell me 5476, and those are the numbers I will put on my real passcode 5476 to show them that this not work. But then I will remember the 7 and the 6, which are the last 2 digits. Then I will enter with the thumb. I will have the slideshow ready, and then I will hit the other numbers, and it's going to open, right? And then I will go to the calculator, and I will type the whole number, and I will do the math. I will subtract 2020, and now this way I will get the passcode true. It's really easy. You only need to adapt the presentation, but it's just the same. What can happen is that when you ask them for the total, they will tell that they have a 5 digit number instead of 6 digit number or 4 digit number. This can happen because when they start the math, they will type the year they were born or the important year for them. They will hit plus, but maybe their passcode starts with a 0. And if that happens, they only will be adding five numbers. Let me put like this. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you have 6 numbers, but you are only adding 5, right? And you hit equals, then you hit the age or the amount of time that has been since that year, and then they will end with a 5 digit number. So now you know that the number that is missing is a 0. That is the first number of their passcode. And then you can ask them if they think the first 4 digits or the last 4 digits are the one that are going to open your phone. Then you try with the other ones. If they think the last 4 digits will open your phone, you ask them the first 4. You type them. It's not going to enter. You remember the one, and you remember that there is a 0 before, and then the second time you try, you just hit 4365 and it's going to open. Okay, but when you enter the calculator, you just do the subtraction, and you will find this number, and you will know that there is a 0 on the first number. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 is going to be their passcode. Another thing that can happen is that when you are on the slideshow, there are few ways to go through the screen. You hit play, you can just touch and slide, but sometimes what can happen is that you touch and this appears, but because this appears so fast, you can act like if you are getting an email or a message, like the notification. So you just hit one more time the screen, and it is going to disappear. But because it happens so fast, and you know that you need to hit one time the screen, it will disappear and just keep going. Just keep sliding, and no one is going to notice nothing. You need to just to be convincing, like this, right? I'm just having this email that was not planned. So you can do the same. If you touch like that, you just act like if you're getting an email or something like that, and then you can put the phone towards you and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting a message." Just tap one time the screen, and then show them again the screen, and keep doing. Another thing that you can do is to start from this stage, like sliding the first 2 photos, and then you lock the phone. And now you can enter to your passcode for real, hit any true numbers they name, then you relax, you unlock it, and keep going from the same place. You need to remember to hit play on the slideshow so you can get the animation, right? So I will do it one more time. You hit the first two digits and it looks like the real passcode because it's the real passcode screen. And then you relax, you move the phone towards you, you unlock it, hit play, and then you ask the last two digits and hit them, and it opens. This way you can also start with the free dots paint in black and with the phone lock. So in person you can give the spectator the phone and ask them to type the first three numbers, and then you take the phone back, and because you want to turn it and show it to the audience, you just unlock it, hit play, and turn the phone towards the audience, and then you hit with the phone facing them the last number and it opens, and the spectator was able to touch the first three numbers for real. I used to do that version, but I don't do it anymore. But it's good to know that you can make them type some numbers too if you want.
One of the positive things if you have a phone without the home button is that you can access the home screen without need to hide the screen from the spectators. So I'm in the slideshow right now. So I just put my passcode and the phone unlock. And over here I can access immediately to the real home screen. I'm gonna show you one more time, okay? I'm in my slideshow again, okay? So you put the passcode and then you are in the real home screen. To do this, you need to, first of all, you will need to go to settings. In settings, you're gonna go down until accessibility and motion. In motion, you need to check that reduce motion is activated. Why? Because if I take this and I try to go there, you're gonna see the motion going over there. So we don't want that. So you need to have reduced motion because it's gonna do that effect. So when you are in the fake slideshow and you go up, it's gonna go automatically. If you concentrate in the date over here, you're gonna see the change. But obviously the spectators, they don't see them, right? And you go directly. So when you are from the last digit, you just put the last one, swipe over here a little bit, and you're automatically in this screen. I'm gonna show you how it works. Obviously, I'm in the slideshow. Okay, so you put the passcode, okay, and automatically goes in there. Okay, so you're here, home screen. I just in here.
Remember, you need to be subtle when you slide the numbers. You just touch and slide. And it looks really normal. And the thing is, because on the last image you go through the video, that will hide the fact that you are sliding from one photo to the other. Then, when you finish the sliding, what I do is I enter to the calculator, I hit the number they told me, and I just subtract 2020, and I leave this in full view here in front of my screen, and so I don't need to remember the passcode or nothing. I just can concentrate on the performance, and whenever I want, I can reveal their code. You will see how I do it on the performance. So I hope you enjoyed this routine. As I said before, it's a great routine that can work really well over a Zoom call, video call, or in distance when you perform in person but with social distance. So would love to hear your thoughts on this. Feel free to find me on my social network, and I will see you soon. Thanks.